To celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary, we're heading to Europe.
For 30-something days. Our plans are to explore France, Switzerland, and Belgium over 35 days.
And we're capturing it all in this digital scrapbook.
We hope you enjoy our retelling of these adventures. In this episode, we'll share how we got from Paris, France, all the way to Zurich, Switzerland, and our exploration of the city of Zurich.
We grabbed an Uber from the apartment to Gare de l'Est, which is a train station that we need to get to Strasbourg, which is the first leg of the 3 legs of this trip. We used our Eurail pass for this entire trip, but for this very first leg, we also had to have an additional reservation, so that's something to be aware of.
Yeah, so the Eurail pass gets you on the train, but for many of the trains, especially the high-speed trains in and out of Paris, you need a seat reservation. That's the distinction that we learned. We thought initially the Eurail pass was sufficient, but then we learned that you need a seat reservation on some of these trains, and when you go onto the app, it tells you which ones you do and you don't, so that's what we did. The train from Paris to Strasbourg was excellent. We had a great time. And then the change was a little bit hectic, but we got through it.
Yep. Good job. What is it? Countdown to take off. Are they that accurate? You're still in France.
The next 2 legs of our journey were very short, and we did not have reserved seating, so it was kind of first come, first serve. Once we arrived in Zurich, we had to get our bearings and then walk about half mile, a little bit over half mile, to our apartment, which was a lovely walk.
Yeah, it was great being so close to the train station and something that will serve us well on our upcoming adventures. The Airbnb is amazing. Here's a quick tour. House rules. Over here is the kitchen in the entryway. Over here is the living area and the dining areas right there. Right open windows. Beautiful shared garden. Simple bedroom, but all you really need. More storage than any one person could need, or even 2 people. For hanging stuff. Shower. Toilet and water closet. Oh, very clean towels. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this door can go like this. So it can open both ways. So yeah, this is going to be our home in Zurich. I don't think we could have asked for anything better. And we're just trying to get ourselves organized and charged up. But we're also hungry. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at you. Big meaty. A little bit of wind.
After a very nice dinner at Loft 5, we needed to get some grocery shopping done, so we stopped at the
Migros
in Europa Alley, and we bought some supplies, everything went great until we tried to figure out the price of bananas. And it was bananas, how hard it was to figure out the price for bananas. Turns out, something we actually knew but we had forgotten is for certain produce, you have to weigh it at the point of picking it up and get a little barcode sticker. So the manager helped us out. She was a little bit frustrated because it was closing time.
And we have groceries. You weren't kidding about it being a bike culture. I thought Paris had a lot of bikes. Holy cow. This is something else. Oh, that's really pretty, John. With the lights reflecting in the pool.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to that.
So pretty. The next morning, we set out to explore Zurich. I was very excited to have John show me around.
Yeah, I worked in Switzerland back in 2000, 2001, but we did visit Zurich a couple times. We really didn't get down here enough, and so I'm excited to get to the opportunity to explore the city in more depth, and of course with Mishka. This first stop was a complete surprise. It's Schanzengraben Canal, and I'd never seen it before, but it was amazing.
Yeah, we just happened upon it, and the water is so clear.
Yeah, and there's tons of birds and fish. We saw fish. Didn't give me pictures or videos, but it was just gorgeous, and just in the middle of the heart of the city.
Over here, look at this tree. Holy jamoly. Is this from Paris? Yeah, I was gonna say, this is what we saw in Paris.
Next, we headed to the university district, I guess, the Zurich Technical Institute, and got to a place called Polyterrasse, which has this amazing overview of the entire city.
Look at that. She's like talking to that. So cars would have to go down there? No way. No way.
We spent the next few hours exploring these narrow streets and alleyways.
Yeah, it's exactly the way you described them way back in the day. Around every little corner there's some cafe or a nook that you can go into or shops that you can visit. It's very cool and a lot of fun.
One of the things I love most about Europe is how compact everything is, and therefore how these little hidden nooks and crannies exist. We had a great time just kind of exploring all of that together.
In Zurich and actually all of Switzerland, they have these amazing fountains where you can actually drink the water. It's meant to provide water for anybody who needs it.
Yeah, so we did it a couple times. Other people did it. You know, every time we turned around, there were people filling up their water bottles. Our next stop was Munster Church, which is the somewhat famous two-domed church that you see in a lot of pictures of Zurich.
This right here is just the replica. That's a nice shot. Talk about perspective shots.
Just a regular day with a Swiss citizen playing an accordion for everybody's entertainment.
Swan. Big old boy.
In addition to the narrow streets and alleyways, the amazing thing about Switzerland and Zurich and really old Europe are these wide open plazas that kind of connect them all. Then we moved on to Bahnhofstrasse, one of the most expensive streets in Europe. The reason I was excited about it was in past trips I had found a little area, little cafe tucked away inside of a plaza that was kind of a refuge for me. And I wanted to find it again.
It's where you hid from your work friends. Ooh, ooh, could that be it?
Oh, right here, but I remember this place.
You remember this place?
I found a cafe. Because I remember this place. I just sat, drank the coffee, had a taste. Relished being away from everybody.
Yeah. There we go. Happy memories.
Yeah.
Over here.
On the other side.
Uh-huh. What made you remember the fountain?
The fountain.
Zurich, because it has two rivers, the Limmat and the Sihl rivers, has some beautiful river walks with these absolutely gorgeous trees. I really enjoyed walking along the river, and we ended up at the confluence of the two rivers at what used to be called Needle Park, and I think they call it
Platzspitz.
Yeah, I think Needle Park was the colloquial name for it.
Yeah, we had a very nice covered walk along the way there, lots of old trees, and then we crossed over the bridge and kind of walked back towards Lake Zurich.
Just making me go up steps just for the fun of it. Oh, yeah, okay. It's worth it.
On our way to Lindenhoff, which is an elevated park above the city, we found these little narrow walkways right along the river, and we explored those a little bit too.
After an amazing day of exploring the beautiful city of Zurich, we took some time to relax next to Lake Zurich, which the Swiss call Zurichsee, and enjoy the wildlife.
We stayed for 9 nights in Zurich, and we took a number of day trips out of Zurich to other places in Switzerland, and that's what we'll share with you on our next episode.
So stay tuned.